Good morning, everybody. Uh, right now, I just want to talk about plant predators and how to tell when you have them. Now, this is an obvious sign right here. If you see a leaf being eaten, taking little chunks out, and that leaf is folded over like that, that usually means that there is a little green worm inside of that little tent. And so you want to definitely get rid of them as soon as possible. And usually when you flip the leaf over, it's also going to be, you're going to see the remnants of eggs or even more eggs underneath the leaf. And then you want to check every other leaf for those eggs and destroy them before they hatch. So I just killed some on another plant, but I'm going to take this and see, I turn this over, and there is the remnants of the hatched eggs that a moth left underneath the leaf. So a moth left these little egg pods, and then the worms hatched, and now they're eating and then making little tents for themselves. So if I take this and open up this little tent, I'm most likely gonna see a little worm, and there you go. See that little guy? And so he's gonna keep getting bigger and bigger and making larger tents, and eventually you'll see like a whole leaf flipped over. And then another way to tell when you got these green caterpillar worms is, so I'm just going to smash all of these little tents. Well, let me open another one and show you. See, another little worm in there. And another way to tell these guys is they leave a trail of droppings, little black droppings. And they're kind of small right now, so they're not really leaving droppings. I'm just gonna smush these all up. But when you see them leaving droppings, the larger the dropping gets, that's the area that they're in. They start out small and then they get larger and larger droppings. So you want to follow those droppings if you can't find them, if possible. So a few of our bean plants got infected with these worms, and I'm just gonna kill them. And I bet there is, yep, eggs or empty egg satchels underneath. And this also you want to get rid of. I believe those are eggs for white flies, but I'm not certain. I have to check on that. Another common predator is leaf miners. I think I talked about this before, but leaf miners get into the leaf, and that's what they do. They mine it. They stay inside of the leaf and make a trail. And so inside of the leaf is also a little worm, but they like to stay inside. And as they get bigger, they start out really small and thin, then they make a trail, and as they grow and eat, the trail gets wider and wider. So you know at the end of the wide trail that the worm should be about right here. So I just smushed them. Or you could take off the entire leaf if it's damaged too badly. But I'll show you, do a special video on leaf miners a little later where I open up the leaf. Here's another little den for green worm. You can see him right there. Let me see. There you go. See that guy right there? He folded the leaf over, and you can see all of his little tiny droppings, but those get larger and larger. So I'm just gonna squash it and move on. So this leaf is eating up a lot, and see how the leaf is curled right here? That means the worm is hiding in there, right in that spot, resting. And so when I open that up, nope, nothing there. So he moved on. Sometimes there'll be a curl up and they'll move on to another spot, and their little den for the night will be empty. But I have quite a few in the bean patch that have curled up leaves that I need to take care of. But if you get them pretty early, they shouldn't do too much damage to the crops. Now here's a larger tent, so this means that there's probably a much larger worm inside of there. And so we're gonna open this up, and boom, look at that guy. Ready to do some extensive damage. So I'm just gonna squash him. I could feed him to the lizards, but I'm just gonna squash him. So yeah, we had a little outbreak everywhere of worms in the garden. And sometimes these things are seasonal depending on when the moths feel like laying their eggs. And you'll get them on most of your plants at a certain time, and then, you know, for another cycle there you won't see any. But I think that's it for right now. Thanks for checking out this video, and I'll be back to talk about other pests as I encounter them, and I'll probably do a video about leaf miners in a little while. All right, talk to you later. Peace.